Morning, folks.
Steve Bannon's defense team rested its case without calling any witnesses and asked the judge to dismiss the contempt of Congress charges against him for defying a subpoena by the January 6th committee. Lawyer David Schoen on Thursday said Bannon, a former top advisor to President Donald Trump, decided not to testify because he was barred by the judge from making two arguments. The first, that he believed his communications with Trump were protected by a legal doctrine called executive privilege. The second, that he relied on legal advice from an attorney in refusing to comply. Lawyer David Schoen spoke after the day's proceedings.
He's not someone who thought he was above the law ever. Bannon respected executive privilege. He respects the Constitution, the separation of powers principle. His view was he's caught in the middle, his hands are tied, and that was the view of his lawyer. It's not his privilege to waive. If it were, he would have spoken.
Bannon told reporters he's testified before Congress for some 50 hours in the past, but said he followed a pattern.
Every time the exact same way. Executive privilege, a lawyer was engaged, they worked it out, and every single time, more than anybody else in the Trump administration, and quite frankly, even McGahn and Reince, those guys aggregate, Stephen K. Bannon testified. So you heard it laid out today. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. By the way, one last thing. I stand with Trump and the Constitution. Thank you very much.
Bannon has pleaded not guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts after rebuffing the House Select Committee's subpoena requesting testimony and documents as part of its inquiry into the January 6th rampage by Trump supporters on the Capitol. Bannon's primary defense was that he believed the subpoena's deadline dates were flexible and subject to negotiation. Although a senior committee staff member testified for the prosecution on Wednesday that Bannon disregarded the subpoena's 2 deadlines, sought no extensions, and offered an invalid rationale for his defiance. Closing arguments from both sides are expected on Friday, with the jury then due to begin deliberations.